Hey everybody, welcome to Doof Doof Paranormal, where I go on a journey to seek the truth, the answers, avoid fakery, and with the help of my friends, I hope to find the answers and the truth. So come along and join us. Hey everybody, it's me, Karen, and I'm here with the marvelous Joe from Entity 7 Paranormal. And this week, I just wanted to put together something for you guys. And I wanted to ask Joe some very, very important questions that I call 5 haunting questions. So we'll start with 1 through 5. Joe, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Well, number 1, first tell us something about your channel.
About my channel?
Yeah.
It's not very exciting, but it's real. So there's that. I go off, I investigate locations, I share it to people, I'll make videos, try to educate people on things. I have some plans in the future that I want to do with the channel as well. It still stays within the paranormal. There might be some extra footage that if I go to a location, I may check out the town and have something separate for people, to check out if the town is interesting.
Travel content, that sort of thing. Yeah, what to see while you're there. That'd be pretty cool. And so, question number 2: how did this passion develop for you in particular?
All right, so I'll try to make this long story as long as possible, much longer. No, so had experiences growing up. We lived in a house that had some pretty bad things going on. Mm-hmm. Scared the hell out of me. Wanted nothing to do with anything paranormal, to be quite honest. I had a family member, grandmother, who was very religious, and ghosts did not exist. It was all demons. And she would tell me all these crazy things that the devil could do and how powerful the devil was. But yet, here's Jesus. And I'm like, that's great. So besides walking on water, turning water into wine, and managing to have enough bread for hundreds of people. Is he a boxer? Come on, what's going on here? That's all I knew. So that wasn't exactly reassuring for me, to be honest. So I was terrified. What ended up happening was I was with a friend of mine, and at that point in time, like all the little teenagers, wanted to apparently just pretend like we were adults, and we'd go to a restaurant and basically drink all the restaurant's free coffee, which that didn't last very long. They shut that down real quick. But now my buddy was kind of teasing me a little bit about the house. He wasn't like being mean, just kind of making these little jokes about the house, being haunted, which at that point in time, somebody had come out 3 times. It took three attempts to get rid of what was there. But he was kind of teasing me, and he got up to go use the bathroom. On his way there, I ended up running into some other friends, and he kind of talking to them. And I had no idea, but the people behind me, behind us, they were a paranormal group. I never thought anything like that actually existed. I mean, I've heard of paranormal groups or ghost hunting groups like Ed and Lorraine Warren and some others. And I thought, not here, not in Southeast Michigan or anywhere near me. But the guy got up and he started talking to me, and his name was Bill. Started asking me questions. I'm like, who are you, man? Like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I have no idea who you are. And he's like, hey, well, we're investigators, and this is what we do. And I'm like, that's great, dude. Get out of here. Like, I wanted nothing to do with it.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, right. So, and this guy, he's older than me. I'm like, that's just barely even a teenager. And this guy, he was in his 20s. And I'm just like, I want no part of this. So he's like, hey, maybe, we can go out sometime, maybe we'll take you with us, and you can kind of talk to us, without all kinds of people being around about, what's going on, at your house. You don't want anything to do with that. I'm like, nah, I'm good. A week or two later, I was with my dad, and we stopped at a gas station. My dad was friends with the gas station owner, so my dad went in there to talk to him about something. And there this dude was. He was like, "Hey, you remember me?" And I'm like, "Shit." That's this guy. And I needed him to go away quick because my family was like, don't tell anybody about this. I don't want the neighbors thinking we're crazy. It was taboo. You don't talk about stuff like that. He's kind of being persistent, and it just kind of got to a point where I looked over and I could tell my dad was getting ready to walk out of the gas station. And I gave the dude our phone number, and I was hoping I'd never hear from him. I thought I wouldn't hear from him. Well, wasn't that long later, a few days later, whatever it was, phone rings. My dad answers it, and he's like, "There's some guy on the phone for you." Okay, I answer, and it's the dude from the gas station and the restaurant saying, "Hey, we're gonna be going to a home this weekend. It's safe. You should be good there. We just need to know where to pick you up." I'm like, "Oh, no, I want no part of this." Again, I was a kid. It's like 13 years old. And I gave him directions on how to get to the house. And my dad's like, "Well, who was that?" I'm like, "Oh, that was my buddy's dad." And I'm thinking to myself, what am I supposed to tell my parents? Goose hooting or whatever it was? That ain't happening. That's not an immediate no. Like, yeah, I'm going to be staying the night at a friend's house, and that was his dad. Want to know how to get here? And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I went, and I didn't do anything. I didn't investigate or anything like that. I just sat in the kitchen with some people, and I talked a little bit about what went on with the house. I didn't want to talk about everything. And then I went again, and then again, and then again, and then a couple of months later, I was a part of the team. Now, there were a couple of people that weren't very thrilled about having a little 13-year-old kid. Well, then I turned 14, but yeah, they weren't thrilled about it. They didn't want to babysit. They're like, no, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. And yeah, I mean, and that's
how it started.
Yeah.
So we can thank the creepy guy in the cafe called Bill giving any.
Yeah.
So then, my third question: any little paranormal? Well, I'm assuming you've got tons, but anything in particular that maybe no one's heard yet, like a little story you've got to share, something that is interesting? I don't know.
Well, I do, but I kind of just keep those away from the public. And I'll just kind of talk a little bit about one that involved a child, and it was actually somebody that I knew who got involved in this case and wanted me to help because it was a little strange. And of course, I go and get involved with the case. I wasn't exactly happy about the case. It was very it created a lot of problems, not with me or the people who were investigating. To a point, it kind of did. We'll just say that there was something going on with this little girl that was not good.
Oh, wow.
And a child psychologist ended up getting involved because they thought perhaps this wasn't paranormal, that it was something else within the family that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But that was not the case. We did get evidence that was pretty derogatory towards this little girl.
Oh, wow.
They did things did, though. They worked out. Everything got better. What needed to be done got done. And like to this day, I from time to time talk, to her mother. This girl, she's now, in her 20s. It's college, doing great.
So whatever was wrong has been alleviated, and so it had a good outcome.
Yeah. That's something that's like, I don't really like to talk about that one because I have kids, and
anything around that sort of thing with children can be
distressing.
Yeah.
But I hope I don't ever have to do a case like that again because I don't want to.
Okay.
I absolutely don't want to.
And everyone make sure you never contact Joe in regard to anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, that can lead to my next question, which is a little bit more uplifting then. Okay. Aliens, are they real, fact or fiction? What do you reckon? What's your opinion?
Okay, so we're talking aliens. Okay.
Yeah.
Are aliens coming here? I don't believe that aliens are coming here. Is there alien life out there? Sure. I mean, it's a huge place out there in space. There has to be other life out there, and an alien to us. But here, I don't know. I think a lot of what people are seeing are some pretty cool government toys, and the government's just like, it ain't us. We don't know what it is.
Don't know what you're talking about it, especially now that they're saying that, oh, hey guys, this footage of alien spaceships, it's real, and that's coming from the government. So, yeah,
the argument is, well, we don't have technology, to have craft or anything like that to go that fast. What is it, hypersonic speed or whatever?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, there are hypersonic missiles. And our own government, they were working on hypersonic technology, but they stopped because it was expensive and they were getting nowhere. But apparently, some countries that are somewhat of a threat to us have those capabilities, and our own government's back at it. I think what's being seen is unmanned craft that our government has, and they're not gonna say anything.
Well, I'm disappointed you don't believe in little ETs and green men and grey men and all that sort of thing. But I've never seen them either, so I don't think they're real either.
Yeah, and you know what? If they're real, and hey, look, I'm just saying I don't think that there's little green or gray dudes coming here. I'm not saying that is a fact. For me personally, and if somebody else believes differently, that's fine too.
Yeah, that's all right.
I just find it hard.
It's just kind of, I'm sure if they're that intelligent and whatnot, either we're a little experiment to them like an ant farm, so they just pop in every now and then to see if the ants are killing each other, or they don't exist. I don't know.
I just have a hard time believing that these things are coming from God knows where to here to check out our butts and mutilate our cows.
Yeah. I think they should have better things to do.
Yeah.
So then my last question is just a little random one, and it's sort of a little in joke, I suppose. But I was going to ask you about it, the old doorstop theory that you've got. So that's my thing. Like, if you had the choice between like using some equipment or using it as a doorstop, what would that equipment be to use as a doorstop? Given its usefulness.
Yeah, definitely the K2 meter. And I have done that to a friend of mine where he pulled out a K2 meter. I'm like, oh, we can use this. He's like, he got excited. And I guess underneath the door that wouldn't stay open.
And if anyone's interested, Joe's got some really good videos up on his channel that show you how some of that equipment works and what you should be looking out for as to why it doesn't necessarily work the way you think it does, and things that you should be aware of when using the equipment. So kind of like tutorial videos, really, aren't they, Joe? Like keep an eye, kind of like you're explaining why a certain thing will work and what can affect it. And I think that's important for people who who watch content and think, oh my goodness, that's going off, that's a ghost. Well, it might not be.
Right.
So so I don't know. So is there anything you want to plug, Joe? Anything coming up soon? I know there's one really important thing you should be plugging, because everyone should buy it for the Christmas stocking, but yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Let's see. Well, we have the Harrisville Haunting, the real Conjuring House. It's still only at this point in time available to the Americas, right, as of right now. But hopefully here we'll find out soon when it'll be released worldwide. But that's available on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Vudu.
I think on YouTube too in America.
Yep, you can watch it on YouTube as well. It's available even in some libraries, which is
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. And I do know that if you know how to use it, I'm not up on how to use a VPN as yet, but if you're outside of America and you can get a VPN on your computer and pick up, you'll be able to get it that way. You'll be able to buy it that way and watch it as well. So that's pretty cool.
VPN and change your zip code to an American zip code.
Exactly. I'm going to be trying that because there's a lot of content that you could do that way. No. So any new videos coming out on your channel as yet? Or because you do, and guys, he adds lots of stuff all the time, and I'm pretty sure anyone watching that is already subscribed to Joe's channel anyway, but there's tons of content on there that you can watch, and it's really interesting. A lot of the raw footage too from investigations you've been on, and you've just popped it up there for us to look at. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, don't expect anything exciting, guys, because it's real. Don't expect to see chairs flying and people being possessed and all that other stuff. My channel's very real. When you see it, and if you get bored, that is what that's what it's like to investigate. To be honest, it can be very boring, but also fun. Because you got your friends that you can investigate with. But
it makes it fun.
As far as future content goes, kind of like right now, I'm kind of like I'm just kind of a tad bit hiatus when it comes to investigating. I got to get a few things taken care of. But, at this moment, I am working on a video on orbs. And, I'll go live and, hang out and have fun and stuff like that. So, but next year, things should be hopefully situated, and I'll have a lot of cool stuff and a lot of changes that will be made.
Excellent. So everyone needs to watch this space, but not on my channel, on Joe's channel. You don't have to watch my channel, watch Joe's channel. And cool. Oh, well, thank you, Joe, for being my first person to answer the 5 haunting questions.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Joe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.